Hang on one second. Good evening, Shaggy SoCal Tool for Forza, and the second race at this coming Thursday for Thursday Night Thunder and this Holden Torano A9X is at Marina North Circuit. So very, very different, you know, obviously one's in desert, but very different kind of track than what we've run even previous weeks. So I can't think straight tonight, so I'm just going to get straight in and start running some laps, and then we'll talk about it. So same as always, I'll run a couple of laps, then I'll do a slower one, kind of point out what I think the car's doing, what it likes, what it doesn't like. Then, because I got to practice, I'm going to run a mock race against the AI, see what I learn. But let's go ahead and get started on this one. Start. Through the pit lane that crosses under the track. Okay, what gear am I in? Sorry, I just saw TCS flashing, but that's when the game's taking the car over. I don't have it on. Good. One thing I will say is, Yas, the curbs, I try and stay off of them as far as, you know, the ones that are running parallel. And here I'm going to say stay off them, but there's certain keywords like stay off these curbs, I think, because the way this car is sprung, you know, it will unsettle. It just makes the braking a little more difficult because the car won't. That side of the car is going to be bouncing a bit more than you need it to, especially when that side of the car is typically the outside of the car is going to be needing to handle the most weight transfer. So but that's fourth gear. Hello, second gear. Thank you. Now there are some curbs I will abuse where I can. Like these, you can abuse a bit. That's probably a little more than I really needed to. Get on those a little bit. Probably abuse these here. Definitely these. Still haven't gotten that right yet. We'll do one more lap after this, because then hopefully the tires are about up to temp. Still trying to figure out where to shift there. Push, 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 push. That was halfway decent. All right, so let's talk about Yas Marina now. Again, with the way the back of the car, the way this car is sprung, Yas's curbs, especially when you're setting up for turns, are going to upset the car a bit. So I would hazard, staying neat and tidy where you can. Excuse me, and not like these outside curbs here. Try and stay off of them when you're getting ready for braking. Actually, these might not be too bad, but anyhow, talking about turn one, you're going to be fourth gear heading down towards turn one. And for me, the braking point is pretty much right where right where this red and white curving starts. I think the braking line goes red just a smidgen past it. But for me, that's kind of what I'll be looking at as far as when to brake for turn one. I think you can do it in fourth if you get your braking right, but I think it's just easier to drop to third. Get the revs up a little bit, get a little more weight transfer into the front of the nose, and it'll help you get through the corner. Uh, this one you can abuse these curbs and cross over. It doesn't seem to bother the car too much. I wouldn't go way over where you're almost touching the wall. If you do, you might really need to take a really late apex. Um, just because you're going to bounce a little bit, it's going to unsettle. It will unsettle the car a little bit, but it's not going to be so much you have to worry about spinning out. But so I'm probably get on the curb here a little bit. It's the exit. It's the exit where I wouldn't even straddle. I would try and stay off this curbing entirely and the entire way up. It just unsettles the car, and you're going to be hitting a point where you're going to be making a real quick left. And if the right side of the car is, trying to handle bumps that it doesn't like, you might have a little bit of trouble getting the car turned in. Now this is where you'll be in third gear at this point. Um, I'm not sure. For me, the turn, ooh, hostile marker. Um, the turning point for me, what I'm looking at is, I'm in third gear at this point. It's where the inner green grass turns back to pavement. That's where, when that transition happens visually, as that's going out of view, that's when I know I really can start committing to the turn in. What I'm not sure of is when to shift. Um, it's high in third. It's not impossible. I mean, it is possible to do it in third without a problem. It is possible to do it in third. So I'm going to be playing around with this myself. Whether I do this in third, or maybe I short shift to fourth, or I short shift, or I shift between, I don't know. But I am going to straddle the curbing, bring the car back across. Now, this is the other part that without the braking line, I still have to sort out as far as how do I need to brake. Maybe just a touch brake, maybe just easing off the throttle, but I'm going to try and hug the inside. I'm going to try and hug the inside curbing here. I might even get my right sides on it. Um, but it will be a balancing of the car, just balancing the steering. I'm not going to be doing a lot of throttle. It's more just little maintenance inputs. It's not until I get past the pit out blend line that I'm really going to start thinking about committing back to throttle, because that seems to be where I can start rolling back into the throttle, letting the car kind of push back out across the track. And I'm kind of looking for the cones as long as they're there. I'm going to let the car come all the way out. And then I've just been abusing the exit curbing here. I've just been letting the car come all the way out here, and I'll just, this is just painted markers. There's not a lot that's going to upset the car. Cross back over here and bring the car back over to the right side. I guess I'm so used to the old way where we're doing the chicane, but since we're not anymore, the braking for the hairpin here is right about 100 board. It's, in me playing around without the braking line, it's the end of this painted curving is too soon. The beginning of the next painted curving is too late. The Goldilocks braking point somewhere in between. So it's a little bit shy. I think it's a little bit shy of the 100 board. So ideally, fourth, fifth gear, brake, 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 brake. This is the other one I'm still trying to decide what I like. I think I like second gear, even though it's a little high in the rev range on the exit. I just find that I get a better I get better control of the car turning in, and you know, it is a late apex. Discoloration of the pavement will help guide me through there. Roll back out, roll under the throttle, second gear, third gear, onto the long, back straight away. So obviously, if you can get really good at your exit of the hairpin, hopefully that'll help, you know, your exit speed plus any draft you might get. You may be able to set up passes down into the final set of corners. Pardon me. So getting down to the end of the backstretch, braking for me is, you know, thankfully the braking line tends to line up with the curbing. Braking for me is going to be right about just past the 150 board, right where the curbing transitions from that, you know, that bluish, light tealish color, you know, seafoam green. I don't know what color it is, to the white and red. Heavy braking. So I'm, you know, I talk about how I try to adjust the pedal so I'm not having to stand on the brakes or put a lot. It's like I'm putting a lot more pressure on the brakes than I normally do. Let's go. Let's brake. This one to me, I still like second gear. So second gear braking, I'll clip the curbing here, let the car come out. Now, the difference of what I like to do with what the game suggests is the game's going to want you to kind of stay off the inside curbing, and you can then see kind of where the rubber is and then bring it back across. What I tend to do, if I can get it into reverse, is I hit the wall. That's what I do. So let me reset this up. Kill some cones. Okay, the car doesn't... There we go. So what I tend to do is if I'm in second gear here, I'll clip it here, let the car come out, but I'm actually going to aim for the painted stripe here, the paint, and then just have the car set up on the outside. The final corner, what I'm looking for as far as turn in, I'll be in second gear. I'm going to try and short shift to third. Is I'm going to be looking. You can see the dirt patch that's kind of worn away there. That's kind of my kind of reference point. That as I'm passing that, I can start to turn in. And there is a little bit of a bump you're going to get as you transition kind of off the edge and into this corner. But I'm going to totally use the curbing here on the exit of the final corner onto the front straight. So if I get it right, you know, it's a nice, almost a straight shot onto the front straightaway. A little bit of bumps. But that's the Marina North. So at this point, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to exit out. And just for, again, you know, for technical reasons with Twitch streaming through the Series X, I'm going to pause the stream so I can kind of reset audio bit rates, and we'll be right back. And I need to do the mock race. So let's go ahead and quit that. So, be right back. Okay, let me reset the mic here. Okay. Circuit race, yes, Marina North, number of laps. I think it's going to be about, not that many. We're going to go 29 laps. We'll go random. Time regression rolling, 24x. And we'll go random. We do want track rubbering on. All the drive avatars. Nope, not done yet. That's fine. Standing random. Mandatory pit stops 1. All right. Let's see what we get. The watch be fitting I get rain. Considering what's been happening with all the rain.
Yas Marina North Circuit features 2 180-degree hairpins. You'll find plenty of passing opportunities under braking in both.
That is very true. And also lots of crashing and sliding. Okay, so let's just double check the one. Patchy fog. Yeah, that'll work. What time? Patchy fog at 8 a.m. So, all right, we'll be racing into sunset, so it will get dark by the end of the race. Okay, for the car, fuel and tire. Again, for the rules I have to run under, I will run hard, and I'm actually going to lower the fuel load a little bit. We're saying 29 laps. I will go max 30, and that gives me a little wiggle room in case Forza's estimates are off. And we're running hard tires to start. All right, let's kick this thing off. And depending on where I start, I will probably let the field by and start at the back. Yeah, so hopefully I'm going to move to the right here and not get hit, hopefully. Actually, well, I'll just move to the right. That's just safer. I thought it's like, I'll just go wide. And it's like, A little bit of braking because they're not sure where they're going. Whoa, oh, hostile cone. Excuse me. This is going to be fun. We just about see brake a little bit early. Oh, White Wolf. Shift. We'll be a little conservative with the braking until things sort themselves out a little bit. Oh, sorry, excuse me, pardon me. Alright, I deserve that. You're still kind of there. Yeah, a little late on the turn in. Driver tries to finding new creative ways to navigate Yas Marina. Ooh. A little bit late. I'll take free positions, thank you. A little check brake right where the curving starts on the right side there. If I can do that third, a whole hairpin and the final corner in third, should try that. But I gotta make sure I don't butcher that. If you find that you're gonna be like just getting on the curbs,
Total time penalty is about half a second.
you know, you might just go completely off and then find your way back on, but a little bit of a time penalty there. Push, 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 push. That's why I like second. At least it helps get the car slowed down better. That third gear might be better. Oops.
Total time penalty is about a second.
Third gear might be better as long as I can keep it on the track. Clearly the driver tires have not spent a lot of time at Marina. The way I'm driving, neither have I. Turning a little early there. That's late. That might be better. Yeah, do it in third. Once you kind of crest the hill, pop it to fourth. That might be, for me, it might be more comfortable. Johnny's dealing with some traffic there. That's helping. I'm not going to ask. Just crack the throttle a little bit. Let's see. At 15 is when I got a bit. Again, I'm just going to put it down into second just because I have no idea what these guys are going to do. Huh. The other thing too is, I was commenting that, I kind of turning in when the pavement starts up against the green. There's also a really nicely painted white line that starts at that, for that left-hander up the hill. I had all sorts of trouble with the last turn. One of these times I'm not going to be paying attention. I'm going to get T-boned. And it is getting darker out. Okay, box, 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 box. Whoop. The other thing too, if you notice how when it starts to get dark, the racing line as far as the pavement color gets lighter than the rest of the pavement. So it's almost like it's reflecting more, I guess. Just an interesting shift. Like normally in the daytime it would be the darker pavement, but once we get into conditions like this or failing light, let's go ahead and box. Here we go. But you can almost see that the pavement, the line that you want to be on is lighter than the surrounding pavement. It's really a bit evident when we get down to the hairpin. Okay, medium tires. Let's see what we can do. Oh, long pit lane. I have a drink here somewhere. There we go. Okay. I'll put it in third because I think that's where I need to be. Just keep it to the left. And then you're back out in the racing line. See how that the preferred pavement is now lighter than the rest of the pavement. White roof, gonna go rally crossing. Oh yeah, definitely more grip. Wow. A little bit late there. It's slowly closing on Joe. That's about the way that needs to be taken. Up, 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 up. He's gonna take a dive. Okay, Lanroll's got a pit. John does not. I got 10 laps to run him down. I'm only 1.8 behind him. He just has to go off-roading just once. Oh. Yeah, the orange sausage curves. Probably not good to hit. Looks like I got a little bit of straight line advantage. Wow, that was a nice move through traffic there. Oh, missed the shift. Got a lot of traffic to navigate here. That was late. Shoot the gap. off-roading. Yep. I imagine the lights are going to come on here, or the headlights are going to come on in a second. It's a nice pass, but blue flag. And it doesn't help when I miss the shift as well. Oh, that's way wide.
Total time penalty is about 1.5 seconds.
Okay, and then now that the overhead lights are now fully on, you know, the actual racing line in the fog is actually will kind of more normal. It'll be darker. I think I would like third through there a lot better. If I can get the car slowed down. I wondered where, like, if he was gonna try and chop my nose off or not. You know what? The funny thing is, if the driver cars weren't messing up the last part of this course consistently, I try to race him into the corner, but I'm just gonna let him go way wide and then off-road it into the wall. Listen for the thunk. I almost oversteer into the opposite side.
go.
Please don't hit me. Two to go. Bit late.
Last lap.
Thank God. Let's see if I can. I'm already a 10th down, so I don't think I'm going to beat the 112.3. Especially I do stuff like that. But I made up a little time. Yeah, just too much traffic. Okay, there's three of them ahead of me. How many do you think are going to go off in the last turn? I think all three will. One, two. I was wrong. Johnny Focus managed to stay on track. Ooh, fireworks. And 36, yeah. So 29 laps will probably be about what we run on Thursday. So that's Yas Marina North Circuit. I don't get on the podium all that much anymore, so. Nice job, Landrail. We should come back and race with us sometime. Yeah, I mo-capped that. No, didn't. Anyhow, so that's Yas North. Hope you guys have a good week. We'll see you on Thursday night. Happy racing.